Griff. 2 days in a row, first one in the room. And good to see you, Cecilia. Welcome. Good morning, everybody. It was raining this morning, so that's I didn't have a morning tour. Boozy Burger Bell, good afternoon. Bienvenue, Nebul. Everyone on replay, follow Nebul. Do me a favor. We are here in the Winter Garden, here at Brookfield Place, the World Financial Center. Good to see you, Tiffany. Good morning. No tour this morning. It was raining. I'm happy nobody came on the tour. It's gonna rain again. That may scare off my afternoon people. Let me get this all sorted out here. Yes, welcome. So it really has no theme. This video really doesn't have any theme, so you have a question. Good to see you, Chris MG. Everyone follow Chris MG. She's a fantastic YouTuber out there in Grenada. What attracted me to quitting my job? I really didn't like. In short, 9/11. In short, 9/11. Because I completely began to reevaluate my life after I had to come downtown to work here. Good to see you, Ken. Good morning. Everyone follow Ken. He's doing some stuff here on the YouTubes. Get these people to 1,000 subscribers. I just had a nice breakfast at some hole-in-the-wall diner never been to before. So I'm all full of coffee and eggs and toast. But yeah, that's what made me, I began to completely reevaluate my life when I was 21 years old when 9/11 happened. And I have to say, that is probably the main thing that got me to where I am today. You're more than welcome, Ken. Good to see you. Some people want to claim there's no community here on YouTube. I say balderdash. I think there's a better community here on YouTube more than anything. There's actual new people here. There's actual new people here. And I may have a special sponsorship deal for Mermaid Parade. I can't talk about it too much yet, but there's something in the works to do a marathon live stream for the Mermaid Parade, so stay tuned. I may make you watch Facebook, because it might be on Facebook. But it'll be for Coney Island, USA's Facebook page. But that's neither here nor there. We're starting out strong with the questions. Yeah, free beer, yeah. I get free beer at the Freak Bar. I get free beer at the Freak Bar. I get privileges. It's only 11 in the morning. Can't be talking about beer yet. Only 11 in the morning. Good morning, M. Welcome to the Winter Garden. Marine's in the house. Good to see you, Marine. Can't stay. Wanted to say hello. Watch the replay. Thanks for loving my videos. I gotta make a playlist of all my cyclone rides because we won't be able to ride a cyclone anytime soon. That's one thing I have to do. My hair's all frizzy because of the humidity. It's humid. It's raining. It stopped raining. No bagel. Just got a sunny side up eggs with some sausage and some toast, and that was it. I had a bagel yesterday. But I got really nervous. I went to the Pearl Street Diner, and I saw they were closed, and I was like, uh-oh, are they closed? And they were filming a TV show. They were filming The Deuce in there. So I was like, thank God. So then I find another diner nearby. You want a bagel today? Grab yourself a bagel. May not be as good as a New York bagel, but you might have New York bagels in your locale. Keep the palm trees in the shot, right? Keep the palm trees in the shot. Good morning, Cyclone Joe. Welcome. Good morning. Cyclone's running really good. Cyclone, Thunderbolt, everything at Luna Park will be opened up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday from 10 in the morning till midnight. So you get your rides in this weekend. Good to see you, VG. Good morning. Do I know a good Eggs Benedict? A good Eggs Benedict? Oh, maybe Pearl Street Diner. You're in Arizona. Okay, awesome. You like my view with the palm trees behind me? So this is the Winter Garden. It's a big glass atrium here. And what happens is whenever these trees here, whenever these palm trees grow taller, when they touch the ceiling, they actually cut them down and replace them. Which is kind of sad. But I'm up on the second level here. We're looking down onto the Winter Garden. Today inside of Brookfield Place, what I will always call this place, the World Financial Center. Yep, it's New York, it's how it goes. But there was a set of these trees a few years back. They were so tall, they look great. Really miss them. These are relatively new. These are probably like about a few years old, maybe 2-3 years old. Isn't that sad? I know the palm trees, how old they are here. It's crazy. But hopefully everyone's having a great day. I'm getting paid, I don't care. Second day in a row. I don't have a morning tour. Second day in a row. And sorry about the parade of ships yesterday. There were, what was it again? There was 8 ships. I thought there were 15. There were like 8. They totally lied to me on the news yesterday morning. They totally lied. But tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow is the Brooklyn Bridge's birthday. So tomorrow we do the stunt on the Brooklyn Bridge, where we're going to get cupcakes and we're going to see if tourists are willing to sing happy birthday for a cupcake. Get Entenmann's cupcakes. Get Entenmann's cupcakes. But I gotta kill a half hour here. I gotta kill a half hour. And then I get to go back to Park Row. Why do people change their minds to go on tours? It's the weather. It's when I tell them sometimes what it entails. Last week I had a lot of people who did not know. Don't ask me why people come on bicycle tours not knowing how to ride a bike. It happens more often than you think. But I kind of had to talk some people out of the tour because they really couldn't ride. And there is no learning how to ride a bike on the Brooklyn Bridge. I don't know if you I don't know if you've heard, folks. It's kind of crowded on the bridge. And I'm trying to get children under 14. I don't want children under 14 on my tours over the bridge anymore. I had 2 8-year-olds already. Both of them freaked out on the ride. I had an 8-year-old boy from Scotland and an 8-year-old little girl from France. And there we go. But yes, don't bring young children on a tour, a bicycle tour over the Brooklyn Bridge. It's not smart, guys. It's not smart. Kids were literally freaking out. I mean, the children could be the best bike riders all they want. It's the crowd, it's the intensity, it's the yeah, Chris. I mean, I had like an Indian couple on Tuesday, and they kept on emphasizing the word leisure. Like, it's a leisure ride, right? It's a leisure ride, and I'm like, it's a leisure ride. We're not like mashing over the bridge going as fast as we can, but you do need to know how this is not like a ride in the park. Even Central Park, people think Central Park is like a really easy place to ride a bike. People think Central Park is flat. It's not flat. When you come on a Brooklyn Bridge tour, we're not spending 2 hours riding back and forth over one bridge. We go through neighborhoods. We see a bunch of stuff. There's a route that we take, that we show you a bunch of stuff other than the Brooklyn Bridge. We show you the Manhattan Bridge and Dumbo and all that, and we go down cobblestone streets, but we're in traffic. And of course, the Brooklyn Bridge is completely crazy with the way people behave. I mean, like I said, there's a new breed of tourists called the I don't give a tourist. And they'll do anything. They will lie down in bike lanes and give you the dirty eye. Or in one case the other day, I was ringing my bell to get this guy out of the way because he was just so enthralled with his phone and selfies and stuff like that. And he points to the sign for the pedestrian side on the other side of the walkway, and I'm like, am I supposed to just hop off the bike and walk just for him? So good to see you there, Blondie. Good morning. So yeah, young kids on any kind of tour really isn't good. I've had people bring really young kids on a Central Park walking tour where I'm really talking a lot about history and the 1850s and 60s, and young kids aren't going to find that very much fun. But if you do a bicycle tour in Central Park or the Brooklyn Bridge, do it in the morning when it's not raining. Ooh, I got a voicemail. Ooh. I thought I closed up all my voicemails. Unbelievable. I don't work on the business side of it. I cannot do consultation work. I cannot do that kind of stuff. No, I'm not really good at that kind of stuff. No, I don't do it. And being a tour business is a whole other animal. You know, when you have a big business, which I don't like. I'm a independent contractor, so I do work for myself. But I have no idea how to deal with large tour groups, setting that up with the locations. I mean, you need a lot of fixers. You need a lot of people. Yeah, you need people to talk to the tour groups. You need people to talk to the locations where you're going to go, especially if you're going to roam around with 30 people. There's a lot of logistics that go behind that, and I wouldn't be I cannot tell you the first thing to do. I cannot tell you the first thing to do. And I don't know, how did I get a voicemail? I thought my voicemail box was full, but anyway. Maybe my voicemail box purged everything last night. But yeah. Deleted all my voicemails that I haven't listened to in years. I gotta shave, I gotta get a haircut tomorrow. I have to transform tomorrow. My day's going good. I mean, I'm not working, but I still got paid, so I can't complain. That's my contract. If I come into work, I get paid no matter what. Yeah. It's raining. Not good. I think it's raining. It's kind of raining right now. Kind of raining. We had lightning and thunder when I woke up this morning. Weather-wise, it's a kind of day, but this weekend's going to be really nice. Memorial Day weekend, the official beginning of the season. And then after this weekend, from this weekend straight until September, it's crazy here in New York. And we should have 67 million people visit the city this year. I think we're already on course for that. People want to visit here, people want to enjoy it, which is good, keeps me busy. I gotta plug you guys in. I go. No, I'm not. Well, technically I'm at work. Good to see you, Bob. Technically I'm at work. Yes. Well, that's how the storms move, Tiffany. They go from west to east. That's typically how patterns work. It's you know what, Ken? It's getting crazy with the whole you owe money to the IRS and everything. I mean, the spam calls are getting absolutely ridiculous. And the scary thing is that if I was like elderly or anything like that, some of those would really, really freak me out. And luckily, I'm not elderly. But like my favorite one is my Social Security card expired. I have to call this number and get a new one. That's my favorite one. Besides the ones that are like, call us back with your Social Security number and or my what was it there? The EIT, my employer number, my employer something number. I have a number that I have on my tour guide license. That's what I'll show you. I can't show you my number because then you guys could totally dox me and everything. But let's make sure this is all covered. All right. But yes, on the license here, there's a number. There's a unique number, and it's not the barcode down here. That's another tracking thing. But yeah. This is my tour guide license. I have to renew this once every 2 years. I have to answer 150 questions in under 90 minutes. But they're like, give us your employer INT number, whatever the hell it's called. Because I'm an independent contractor, so I have this employer number thingy. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm just gonna give up my personal information just like that because some random number just called me. Have to be very careful in this day and age. Because everyone's always trying to get over. Everyone's always trying to get over, which is not good. Yeah, credit card company. Yeah, your credit card's expired. I know when my credit card expires, damn it. Like I don't know. And they see, and the funny thing is that me and my wife, we're like, we have literally 3 credit cards between the two of us. We have a credit card that she uses. I have a credit card that I use. Then we both have a card that we both don't use. It's like our emergency. We cracked our head open to a card. So, and that card we do not use at all. That card is in the house, in the kitchen actually to be exact. So if you want to come rob my house, it's in the kitchen. I think we have a lending limit of like 20,000 on it or something like that. We don't use it. We have now no debt, all right? We have no debt. My wife paid off all of her student loans. So we have no debt, where we are clear in the free. We actually got some money back this year for the taxes, which is nice, considering that we both filed 1099s, but then she got a W-2, whatever the hell it's called, from one of her other jobs. My wife is amazing. She works so hard. Yeah, it's in a cookie jar. In a cookie jar, yes. In the refrigerator, in the kitchen, in the cupboard, in the cookie jar, yes. We have a cookie jar full of credit cards we don't use. Cookie jar full of cards. Or like, you haven't paid your taxes, and it's like, yeah, okay. We paid our taxes, damn it. We paid over $4,000 in taxes last year. Right? Debt free, but yeah, exactly. That's all of us. That's all of us, Chris. If you're debt free, you're probably broke. But hey, I'm happy. I'm happy. Ooh, an Osprey is flying behind me. An Osprey. That's one of those planes with the big propellers. That it could take off like a helicopter and land like a helicopter, but it flies like a plane. Osprey. We got a lot of those around for Fleet Week, it seems like, this week. And Fleet Week is today through Monday. So if you want to visit a Navy ship, an actual active Navy vessel, including the USS New York, which is made from reclaimed steel from the World Trade Center, they're all parked about 4 miles up the way from me here in the West Side, at the West Side Piers, just north of the Intrepid. You could visit all those boats for absolutely free. No live streaming inside of the boats, though. No live streaming. I remember the first year I started live streaming, now 4 years ago. That was one of the first things I wanted to do, is live stream from inside of one of those Navy ships during Fleet Week. And the minute they knew I was live streaming, they made me stop. They were like, stop. Actually, I think today is the day 4 years ago where I was trying to do a broadcast, a live stream from the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and I got quickly escorted out of the museum because I was live streaming in there, which is not cool, but Whatever. The museum is so big, they can't share it. But yeah, you cannot live stream inside the Metropolitan Museum of Art. You can't live stream inside of, well, there's an area of MoMA you could live stream in, but there's a lot of areas you cannot. I was able to live stream in the Whitney for some reason. Even though after the fact I read their terms of service and you're not supposed to do that, but I was able to live stream inside the Whitney. Museum of Native American, I could take video in there. You just can't live stream in there because the building's like a big Faraday cage. Queens Museum, in 2 galleries you're allowed to live stream or video in. And that's the Panorama of New York and visible storage, where you can see all the artifacts from the World's Fairs. Yeah. It is kind of crazy, but you know, it's a museum, so you did the public library. That's right. Yeah, you can stream. That's a beautiful building. I'm surprised you got a signal in there. It's kind of tough for me to get a signal. Have a great day, Ken. I'll see you soon. I'm surprised you got a signal inside the public library. That's another big building that's like a Faraday cage. As time begins to fly now, this is great. That's what I love about doing a live stream. It kills time quick. Here in the Winter Garden. But yeah, it's so weird when it comes to live streaming rules. So hit and miss. The rules aren't evenly applied in a lot of places. We got to go back up to the Botanical Garden actually, like sometime soon. I'm tempted, if I don't have an afternoon tour, if everyone's scared off by the rain for the afternoon tour, I might just go up to the gardens today. All right, wouldn't that be fun? We'll go up to the Botanical Garden today. Yeah, the library is cool. Yeah, well, go follow Nabul. Nabul was in the public library when he was up here a couple of months ago. He did a broadcast up there. Right, wouldn't that be nice, Cecilia? Let's see if nobody comes on my tour, though. That's what it's about. If nobody comes on the tour, I'll do like a community post, and I'll be like, I'm on my way up there. Yeah, this time of year, yeah. We went up there in the winter for the train show, which you're allowed to video the train show, which that was good. Yeah, we've done a lot. Yeah, you know what it is? Oh, not on this app. Boo. You know, Tiffany. A lot of places are considered private property. Where I'm at right now is considered private property. But I have talked to a lot of folks. I do know a few folks who work for the Downtown Alliance, and evidently, what I'm doing right now is not breaking any rules. But let's say if I go to a mall, like the Staten Island Mall, I went to when I first started live streaming, and once they realize you're live streaming, it's like they want you out. But here they don't care. As long as I'm not. Here's the deal. As long as you don't stick the camera in people's faces, all right. As long as you don't and you don't create like a scene, then there shouldn't be any issues. So keep it. You can do it like that. You know, that's what I always say. Keep it down key. Keep it low key. And don't cause a scene, and you should be fine. See, now I really hope nobody's on the tour now, because I want to go to the Botanical Garden. I want to go up to the Bronx. All the way up to the Bronx. Well, I guess I'm going to have to do the library now. I guess I'm going to have to go up to the library sometime soon. But if you're here in New York City, if you're here in the tri-state area, tonight, 9 o'clock, we're going to have Draco's Fire Inferno or something like that. We have an all-fire show tonight in Coney Island, USA. So I would love to live stream it, but can't. So that's why you got to come out and see it if you're here in the tri-state area. I will be there. So when people want to stalk me out. What time is my next tour starts at 12 noon. So I gotta start walking over in about 8 minutes. I gotta start walking over. So my tours start at 9 in the morning and at 12 noon. The tours are 2 hours long. If you know how to ride a bike. And if you decide just to not just leave, like last week I had people on the ride from Brazil. See, I blanked them out. I had to think. I had these people from Brazil who they decided they just wanted to do their own thing, so they would just leave the tour, and then they would expect me to go looking for them, and on the Brooklyn Bridge they just did their own thing, and I was spending a half hour on the bridge looking for them. And they're like, "Oh, we're taking pictures," and I'm like, "You realize the tour is already over." That's the hardest part of doing some of these tours sometimes, is when people want to just do their own thing. And then my answer to them is, if you want to do your own thing, then why the hell are you on a tour? Am I right? I mean, you're just going to do your own thing, then why did you come on? You know, it's like the same thing with people who get frustrated that I'm not speaking their language. It is clearly stated when you come on the tour that the tour is presented in English. And you're expecting me to speak Portuguese. And it's like, it doesn't work that way. Like, I've had people from Italy who could just rent a bike. I've had people from Italy who've liked the fact that they didn't really know what I was saying. They were really happy and laughing, and they were nice people. But then I have other people that are like, I don't understand you. And it's like, well, if you don't, I'm sorry you don't speak English. And I am not going to talk slow all the time, because when I talk slow, I sound like a robot. I hate when people tell me to talk slow. I hate it. That is one thing I hate. I don't speak English very well. Talk slow. It's like, what is talking slow? I think I pronounce my words clearly enough. I dull down my Brooklyn accent. But when people want me to talk slow, this is how I sound. You see what I'm doing? I'm breaking down every single word and giving it a pause. You want me to talk slow, right? The worst is on the Central Park walking tour, though, because Central Park walking tour, that's me, that's all me talking. We're not riding bikes, so we don't have any kind of in between kind of not talking time. On a walking tour, it's all talking, it's all stories. And if you come on one of those tours not speaking a lick of English and then you get frustrated, it's like, I don't know what I could do to help you. And then think about the people who do know how to speak English. Having to hear me talk slow is not fair to them. And plus, I can't tell you as much because I'm talking slow. You see where I'm getting at here with this? I tell you all things that make me upset when I work, man. That and chain smoking. Why are you gonna come on a bicycle tour chain smoking cigarettes? Let's see, 4 more minutes and I'm gonna start walking. 4 more minutes and we start walking. Start making our way back to the office. There'll be 2 people who want to come on the tour. Watch. There'll be people. I can feel it. There's gonna be people this afternoon. Hopefully they speak English. Hopefully they know how to ride a bike very well. We have a great time. Nobody gets hurt. We end on time. Take all the good Instagrams. I got a lot of Instagrams I got to put up for you guys from yesterday and from yesterday and this morning. I got pictures for you guys. Right now in New York City, there's an actual number. I think it's like 2,200. So what happens is when you get your license, you are put on like a bulletin, like not like a bulletin board, but like a directory, and people could search my name and whatnot, and find out. And then if I worked with the Guides Association of New York, then there's a bulletin board there, and there I could actually sell myself and tell people what I do. But I think it's 2,200. I think last time I checked. And so that's tour guides on boats, on buses, walking, on bicycles. Yeah. Right. That's everything. Right. Boat, bicycle, bus. Boat, bicycle, bus, walking. And they're guides who specialize in literally one thing. Like they're guides who could only work on buses. There's guides who could only work walking. Bicycle tour guides, interesting. It's not too many people do what I do. For my company, maybe about 40 people. I forgot rocket suit, but I don't think we have I don't think rocket suits are legal here in New York, Elvis. It's like the electric bike. They have a throttle, and if it has a throttle, it's illegal. It has to be a pedal assist rocket suit. You remember the Rocketeer? What category? I do walking tours and I do bicycle tours. I do walking and bicycle. I do not want to work on a bus. I think the bus tours are you miss a lot on a double-decker bus tour. You miss a lot. You can't really tell the guests the whole story of places a lot because you're moving so fast. You get stuck in traffic. Yeah. I don't recommend bus tours unless you're gonna use it for transportation. And even then, I tell you, take the train, take a city bus. Like Central Park. It's like Central Park. You want to walk through Central Park because there's so many things you could see, and especially like different times of the year, the different places of the park that are nicer than others. Like a few weeks ago, Shakespeare's Garden was really nice, but now Bethesda Terrace is now coming out, and the pond, the model boat pond, the conservatory water, they're beginning to convert for summertime use. So you get all that water in the lily ponds, and it looks really nice. Absolutely, yeah. You do get a feel for the city when you first come here on a bus tour. You see a lot, but you don't see a lot, if that makes any sense. But you get an idea of how big the city is. Let's go for a walk. Let's go back to the office, huh? We're gonna go back to the office, guys. I could stay here all day. I could stay here all day and just chill out. I wish I could. Yeah, bus tour gives you an overall view. I'll see you later, Chris. Have a great day. We're gonna walk back to my office now. We will leave the Winter Garden. We will leave the beautiful Winter Garden as the sun comes out. Now see, the more the sun comes out, the more likely we're gonna have a crazy thunderstorm this afternoon. We are in the enhanced risk for thunderstorms today. So you like this? To the Winter Garden. This is the Winter Garden. Palm trees here in New York, yes. It's true. this atrium here, this glass atrium was completely destroyed on September 11, 2001, when the North Tower collapsed. So it came through pretty good. Oh, of course, yeah. All major cities have licenses, and the reason why they want tour guides licensed is because they want to be absolutely sure, because there's so much to see in these places. We want to be absolutely sure that we're giving you the most accurate information. And what I find out what happens sometimes is you have people who really shouldn't be a guide because they're just making up stuff. Like I heard a woman the other day and she knew nothing about Emily Warren Roebling. And here it is, like the week the Brooklyn Bridge turns 136 years old. And she kind of had no idea who she really was. And I was like, wow. Because clearly, the tour guide test doesn't, they don't ask you about Emily Warren Roebling. They ask you about John Roebling and Washington Roebling and the father and the son, but not the wife. Like the tour guide test had no questions about Coney Island. I'll be the first to tell you, I know guides that know way more about Coney Island than I do. I know tour guides that know a million times more about Coney. I'll be the first to tell you that. Like if you were to come out here and if you wanted to go on like a real walking tour of Coney Island, I will actually direct you to somebody else. While my tours are fun, don't get me wrong. While my tours are great, they're people that are super experts on Coney Island because there's so many aspects of it, That's the thing. So it's like, but me, Brooklyn Bridge, you got me on the Brooklyn Bridge. That's my office. I love my Brooklyn Bridge. I will be the first to tell you that, am I obsessed over the bridge? You better believe it. It's like this weird kind of, it's like a soap opera that I don't want to miss. Like I don't want to miss an episode of it. Like I have to see my bridge at least once a week. I have to feel the energy on the bridge once a week. I have to get people over it, That's Brooklyn Bridge and Central Park, of course. Central Park is interesting because there are lots of little things in Central Park that some tour guides like to catch other tour guides on. Like Bethesda Terrace has a weird name, like the Soldiers and Sailors Memorial, or they renamed it in like the 50s. Nobody calls it that other name, but if a tour guide wants to really act like a know-it-all, they'll whip out that stupid fact, which, by the way, nobody even cares about. The things people care about is who built it, when it was built, how old it is, what kind of historic significance does the place have. That's what people care about, not the who really don't care about the stories. They're just there to get good pictures. And when you come on my bicycle tour, that's what we kind of focus on, is taking really good pictures and getting really good vistas and views and all that stuff. But if you want to hear a story or two, I definitely have a story or two to tell you, whether it be about the bridge or living in Brooklyn. Like another really hard question for me to answer is, how much is a one-bedroom apartment and how much floor space do you get? Well, it depends on what neighborhood you're in. It depends on if the building is young or old, and there's so many variables when it comes to apartment living here in New York. It's hard for any tour guide to give you a straight answer on that. Yeah, yep. But they want you to be an active tour guide for a year before you can take the exam? That's weird. Here, in order for me to work, I need to have a license. I need to have my license before I even get to work. And it is enforced. Every now and then I'll have an officer, especially when I have a big crowd of people, he'll ask me for my license. And if I don't have that license on me, because a lot of tour guides have their license, they display it. I don't display my license because we're on a bike. But I'll get people asking me questions. I'll get police officers, can I see your license? But it's not hard to get one of these licenses, you know? It's, if you love what you do, like if you love history, it's not hard at all. All right, let's go the scenic route here. But the thing about places like Chicago is we want to make sure that you're being given accurate information. There are 3 parts. Wow. Holy cow. A written test, a photo slide, identification, and routing. Holy cow. That's a little bit more stringent than New York. I mean, New York, we got to know ethnic foods. We got to know subway directions. We got to know some tour bus regulations, like where they can park and where they cannot park. And that's about it. Other than that is, you know, who bought Manhattan Island from the native Lenape, you know, Peter Minuit. Before it was called New York, what it was called like New Amsterdam, I mean, stuff like that. But that's crazy. That's very strict over there in Chicago. Maybe that's because in general it's just a smaller place, the smaller city, so there's only so much work to go around. And I mean, the only reason why, I was going to say the fundamental reason why tour guides need to be licensed is because you have a lot of people going around giving misinformation. So this is what happens. I mean, I think here in New York, when did the licensing come around here in New York? I want to say in the 70s or in the 60s. Because when it's unregulated, things get kind of crazy. Good to see you, Sasmire. Welcome. Unfortunately, we're just finishing up. We're making our way back to my office. Got to see if I have an afternoon tour. Because if I don't have an afternoon tour, we might just go up to the Bronx, to the Botanical Garden, and we'll wander around up there. Have you ever wondered how the hot dog vendors get around? This is how they get around. They got their van, they're hooking it up. He's gonna drive off the corner here with that's the breakfast cart full of bagels and coffee. But this is how they get around. They literally pull them around. Downtown, baby. Downtown. And do you like this nonsense? Hit the like button. Smash like. Let the algorithm know you love me. Bagels and coffee. Good to see you, Josh. Good morning. I just had my breakfast. Had a couple of mugs of coffee. Ooh, it's like Truck Simulator. Oh, it's Truck Simulator right now. Yeah. This guy's gonna go right into the crosswalk. Yay. Bagels and coffee. Coffees and bagels. What a growing boy needs in the city, right? Nice heaping mug of coffee. I went to some diner I've been to before, and it was great. My breakfast was, mind you, we're here in Lower Manhattan. Yeah, maybe, yes, if I threaten him with cauliflower pizza, maybe. No, please. Please, I give you money. I give you money. I still taste that cauliflower pizza, damn it. I still taste that crap. Oh, it's awful. Ugh. Blech. Yeah. Listen, I went into that with an open mind. How is it going to be? You know, it's going to taste different, you know. But and people told me it was bad, but I didn't realize it was that bad. I didn't realize it was that god awful. I mean, that thing was awful. It tasted so processed. It was so processed. It was so... Ugh. Only the president of the organization does... wow, okay, interesting. So that's all private then. That sounds like that's a private institution. Like I get my license from the city of New York. Like, I go to the same spot where, like, taxi drivers get their licenses renewed. That's where I go, 42 Broadway. Right here, downtown, baby, downtown. All right. Almost at the office. Yeah, that sounds like that might be a guides association. Like, we have a guides association here in New York where you pay dues and all that. And so that might be a similar situation, Tiffany, that you guys have out there in Chicago. Bloody hell, it got hot out here. It's all hot and humid now. Very easy to get swamp butt out here today. With all the humidity. Let me get a drink for my maybe afternoon tour. Get some money. Ah, the professional association. Yes, so it's Tour Guides Association. Those things are great. You know, Tour Guides Associations are great because what they really do is they're really focusing on the quality of the guide. So it's like the best guides will be a part of the association, always. I'll be the first to say the best guides here in New York City, they're probably all members of the New York Guides Association. All the top tier ones. Because there are a lot of guides who do the buses, and some of those guides, I don't know how the hell they got their license half of the damn time. I mean, I've heard some crazy stuff. On tours. So far, my favorite thing was there's a guide in Central Park, and he heard me mention something about the Ghostbusters building, right? And how they built the top 3 floors in Hollywood in almost full scale just for the filming of the movie. And he goes, no, they didn't do that. They use CG and stuff like that. And then I looked it up for him on the phone. And so you see, look. I got everything right. Everything. All right, let's get a drink.
734 765 50 combo 5 straight 608 50
Thank you, man.
608.
Absolutely. Global partners, yep. London, Paris, all the major cities. The global partners in crime. All right, 46 past the hour. Now I got to hustle. Let's see if anyone wants to come ride a bike in the humidity today. It's hot out here all of a sudden. Look at this. I'm like sweating. It was cold this morning. It was cold this morning. It was raining. It was thunderstorms. Into City Hall Park we go. Into City Hall Park, where it's always nice. Just such a cool thing. Coming up out of the subway, coming to work, and the first thing you see is this really cool fountain. And you hear the water. It's relaxing. It's nice. I mean, this is my view when I'm going to work. Pretty lucky. I'm pretty lucky. Now let's see, if I have people on my tour, they might be standing out in front of our location here. Wow, wow, wow. All right. We made it. Park Row. Well, I hope you guys like this little in conversation with me. I'm going to see if I have an afternoon tour. Hopefully I do not. But if I do, I don't know if I'll be on later. But anyway, from Park Row, the municipal building right there. Park Row, City Hall right over there. Here in Lower Manhattan, this is Dutch Moss signing off. Have a fantastic New York day, whether you live here or not. Hug your loved ones. Cherish those moments. And good afternoon, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are. I'll see you later, Miss Pookie. I'll see you later, guys. Bye-bye.